Hey everyone, back again with another video. So this video is going to be very similar to the previous one I made, where this is going to be another Yu-Gi-Oh news related video where we talk about reprints, but also we're going to talk about new cards, and not just new cards in general, but we're going to talk about future cards that are going to come out in future sets within this year and even in the beginning of next year. So we're going to really tackle those subjects today, and we're going to really talk about their implications. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So before I get into the core of this Yu-Gi-Oh news related discussion, I wanted to spotlight a fusion monster from the Rage of Ra known as Egyptian God Slime, which is a level 10 water attribute monster with 3000 attack and defense, and it must be fusion summoned or special summoned from the extra deck by tributing one level 10 aqua monster with 0 attack. However, you typically fusion summon this card by using one aqua monster and one level 10 water monster. That's how you normally get it out. Furthermore, its effects include treating this card as 1 or 3 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster. Also, this card cannot be destroyed by battle, and on top of that, your opponent can't target any other monsters you control for attacks or target any other monsters you control with card effects except for Egyptian God Slime. So, although this card isn't the easiest of monsters to get out since you have to summon it out with very specific monsters, I'm still very excited to hear this card's announcement, since I've always enjoyed seeing this card in the Yu-Gi-Oh episode where Merrick summons out Egyptian God Slime against Yami Yugi in the anime. And although it would have been cool to easily be able to special summon this card out, I'm glad we got it, since it's one of the cards that I've wanted to see presented and printed for a while now. So, similar to the previous video, we spoke about more of the great support cards coming out of the Rage of Ra, but now we're going to focus on more of the reprints coming out of the Rage of Ra. And the first of those great reprints I would consider is Mind Control, since it's a very relevant card in the meta, and it still takes advantage away from your opponent, which allows you to use your opponent's resources to build your own strategies. Keeping that in mind, Left Arm Offering also makes this list as a reprint, and it's useful for searching out spell cards, especially since the new Raw support is out, and most of those Raw support cards are spell cards, and make it a very ample target to be searched out by this card. And it also has competitive potential in general, since other cards that are being reprinted in this set are Monster Reborn and True Name, which are all spell cards that can be searched out by a Left Arm Offering for the same reasons. Furthermore, the Yugioh reprint is also great, since it allows you to interrupt your opponent while powering up your own monsters. At the same time, it has synergy with Ra, which is a bonus. And it's great to have Yugioh, since Yugioh hasn't really had very many reprints in the past, and it's great to see this card to be a little more available because of it. Furthermore, Ra's Disciple also got reprinted in the Rage of Ra for obvious reasons, because this was pretty much intended for God card support, and it makes sense to have this. Also, we have Machiora the Destructor on this list with its new errata, and while I don't think it will make a huge impact on the meta, I wanted to mention this card since it's no longer on the ban list, and it's now officially a part of this card list as well.
Arise! Behold my Egyptian God card!
Egyptian God card?
No, Tristan, we're not doing that anymore.
But now we get into the main topic of this video, and the main topic is concerning OTS Pack 14. So OTS Pack 14 is now on the horizon and has a few big reprints coming to Yu-Gi-Oh, such as the first reprint of Nibiru the Primal Being, and it's going to be reprinted in Ultimate Rare. So this is big because Nibiru has seen some success in controlling some of the combo heavy and spam heavy combo decks in the past. And this reprint is also great since Nibiru has only really been released in the 2019 Megatins, and this is the first reprint, which also makes it affordable as well as accessible. Furthermore, another huge reprint that has seen a lot of meta success is Super Polymerization. So Super polymerization is worth noting because it's heavily used in many decks as a means of dealing with problematic or overbearing monsters by using them as fusion material, which often you would use your opponent's monsters as fusion material, which circumvents a lot of their protection effects. And some would even say this is a staple 3-of copy in most meta decks, if not all meta decks. Furthermore, Toon Kingdom, which is not as impactful as the rest of the Ultimate Rare reprints, it still provides a rarity boost to Toon decks, and it also acts as a powerful method of protecting your Toon monsters and starting banish combos. And Toon Kingdom also makes sense as a reprint since Toon Support recently released earlier this past year in the set Toon Chaos, which gives Toons more viability as a deck. And with that pretty much wraps up the Ultimate Rare reprints for OTS Pack 14. So apart from the Ultimate Rare reprints that this set has to offer, OTS Pack 14 also reprints other archetypes like Madolches, where they've reprinted Madolche Messenger Lotto for the Madolche archetype. And this is relevant because Madolches have been doing fairly well in the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh scene, especially in the previous format. And this may hint that Konami may very well be releasing more Madolche support in the future because of this reprint. And just like Madolches, the other big winner from OTS Pack 14 reprints are Phantom Knights, since Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardic is now off the ban list. And the Phantom Knights reprints include Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak, which enables Phantom Knights to effectively search if they banish this card from the graveyard, which allows them to kick off their combos. Secondly, the Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch is getting reprinted. It's a spell card which allows Phantom Knights to get out one Dark XYZ monster on the field with one rank higher than the Dark XYZ monster that they targeted on their side of the field for this effect. Also, the XYZ that was targeted must not have material and allows them to attach this card as material to the new XYZ monster that they're going to summon out. And you can also banish this card from the graveyard to attach one Phantom Knights monster from your hand as material to one Dark XYZ monster you control. So this card really does help Phantom Knights, especially a Phantom Knights XYZ monsters, and it provides easy material so that they can kick off their effects. And lastly, the last Phantom Knights monster on this list is Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. I think that's how you say it. Which acts as a trap monster and doesn't really have too much of an impact on the deck, but I thought I should add it to this list and mention it because it's one of the new OTS Pack 14 reprints for the Phantom Knights archetype. So that's the reason why I included it. So now that we've talked about some of the current sets in Yu-Gi-Oh, we're going to focus on more of the future sets that are going to be in store for the Yu-Gi-Oh meta in general. And one of those future sets is a set such as Phantom Rage. And it releases in less than a month from now, and it releases on November 6th, 2020, where it will feature support to decks such as Phantom Knights and Raid Raptors, along with UAs and FAs, which I've mentioned in the previous video before this. This set will also feature support cards from Rise of the Duelist, and furthermore, this set will have a heavier focus on XYZs and fusion summoning. But what's even more interesting is that there's going to be a spell card that allows you to special summon 5 tokens which can be used for fusions, which is interesting since I'm wondering if they're going to adopt a contact fusion approach when you use these tokens. However, I do feel they need to place a restriction on this card where it says you can't use these tokens as link material in a particular sense, since it would create unbelievably broken strategies with this token spamming card. But yeah, it looks like the Phantom Rage is gearing up to be an interesting set, and I think it's definitely something you want to keep on your radar. So next up on the news is a set called Blazing Vortex, which launches on February 5th, 2021. So this is a set that's very far off, but it's one that you're probably going to want to look forward to. And this set will feature Armed Dragon support, and we'll be introduced to a version of Armed Dragon level 10 that we've never seen before. And the crazy part is that this new armed dragon monster will be able to gain attack strength up to 10,000 attack points, which may have competitive potential because of its potential KO abilities. Furthermore, the set will have 100 new cards, and some of these cards will be themed based off of Chaz Princeton, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh character from Yu-Gi-Oh GX. Furthermore, Blazing Vortex will also expand on cards from sets such as Secret Slayers, Rise of the Duelist, Phantom Rage, and Genesis Impact. And you can also expect support from cards that were themed and based on from cards back in 2010, 2012, 2016, 2017, and 2019. And will also be treated to a 19 card new world premiere card set, where one of these premiere cards will be an interesting continuous trap card that forces duelists to take turns using each other's monster effects, which can be game changing since you can now use your opponent's very own overpowered cards against them to your own advantage. So it's kind of a ways you can turn the table on them. So I found that to be really interesting about this card in this particular set, and for that reason alone, I think you probably should look out for the set, because this set's going to be insane. But let me know what you think. Will Blazing Vortex be kind of one of those sets that's kind of lukewarm, or will it be an amazing set that will shape this format? Let me know in the description down below and in the comments. On another note, we finally get to the reprint that I'm probably the most excited about, and it's the Blue Eyes White Dragon Maximum Gold Rare reprint that's going to be released in a future set called Maximum Gold, which will feature other reprints like Apollosa the Goddess Bow, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Dark Magician, Droll and Lockbird, and even Stratos. So this is kind of a set that's a spiritual successor to the Gold series sets that you've probably grown familiar to. So this set will release in November 13th, 2020. But out of all the reprints, the Blue Eyes White Dragon reprint has to be the one I'm most excited about, especially since it's a reprint of the original art Blue Eyes and it's printed in gold.
I love gold!
So I absolutely can't wait for a full playset of these things to come out, and especially if I open up one of these and get a full playset, even better. And to be honest, I'll probably wind up hoarding all these different rarities of the original Red Eyes and Dark Magician and Blue Eyes all together. But let me know which cards you're most excited for in this set. Are you most excited for the Blue Eyes like I am, or do you have another card in mind? Let me know. But yeah, those have been my thoughts on the most current Yu-Gi-Oh news events in terms of the sets that have come out in the previous days or weeks, or even the sets that are going to come out in the future for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just wanted to do a bit of an analysis because I think it's worthwhile just to see how the Yu-Gi-Oh! Format's going to shape up in the future. But with that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on this whole topic. And if you would like to support more content like this, you can do so at my Patreon. I normally link it down in the description below. You can check it down there along with the other things I normally post down there, so you can enjoy everything that's down there in the description. And with that, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate any support you guys give me, and it means the world to me. Alright, I'll catch you in the next video. Alright, take care.
The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it.